Hi, and welcome back to Kstar Wellness. I'm Kristin, and I'm going to be guiding you through the 75-minute arm balance flow today. Just a heads up, this is an advanced practice, so I would recommend it for intermediate to advanced yogis. On our page, we also have beginner videos that you're more than welcome to peruse. This one is an arm balance flow that teaches you how to incorporate different arm balances into your practice. All you'll need for today is blocks for IT band stuff, for hamstring stuff, especially if you know that those are problem areas for you, your yoga mat, and yourself. So let's go ahead and get started.
So let's go ahead and find our way on our backs. So you can lay down in any way that makes sense to you. I'm going to suggest Supta Baddha Konasana, which is the soles of your feet together so that they touch, allowing your knees to fall open like the pages of a book, and then reaching your arms up and overhead, bending your elbows in half, and holding on to opposite elbow above your head. Allow your eyes to fall gently shut. Give yourself a moment to let your body settle in here. So that might mean wiggling around a little bit. That might mean adjusting the distance between your heels and your seat. Start to empty out all of the air inside of your body. Take a big breath in through your nose, fill up your belly, fill up your heart, fill up your head all the way to the very top. And a big breath out. Then let's try that 2 more times. So breathing in through your nose, fill up your belly, fill up your heart, fill up your head. And a big breath out. And then one more time like that. So filling yourself up from the soles of your feet all the way to the very tips of your elbows. And a big breath out. What happens in the physical practice is very often a metaphor for the way that our minds and our hearts are behaving. And today, as we start to work into some pretty advanced asana, we might run into this idea of our core beliefs. Who do I believe I am? What do I believe I'm worth? Do I feel like I'm strong enough to hold myself up? Do I feel like I am worth pushing through the challenge, through navigating the distress or the discomfort that might come up? The practice gives us the tools to reveal what we believe about ourselves. It shows us through challenging postures and crazy sequences what we believe we're worth. It lets us dig deep into the narrative that we've created about ourselves. And so today, as we start to find some more challenging and strong postures, I want you to recognize, do I believe that I can hold myself up here? Do I believe that I have my own back? Do I believe that I am worth navigating the challenge? Do I believe that I'm worth building the strength? And it might be that through this practice, the answers to those questions start to shift more in the direction of yes. Yes, I am. Take a big breath in through your nose, fill up your belly, fill up your heart, fill up your head. And a big breath out. Keep the connection to the breath, because that is the thing that is going to guide us through all of the challenges, all of the struggles, all of the questioning our worth and our ability. Start to gently wiggle your fingers, gently wiggle your toes, and then use your hands to hug your knees up and into your chest. Give yourself a really big squeeze. From here, I'd like you to take your hands on top of your knees and start to circle them open and close. So the knees will separate from one another. They'll come back together. Go ahead and take those circles a few times in the opposite direction. Open and close, open and close. Really nice. And then we'll keep our knees wide here. Keep your right knee in your right hand. Extend your left leg long onto your yoga mat. So you can stay with your right hand on your right knee, or you can move your hand to the inside arch of your right foot. We're finding a half happy baby. In this half happy baby, take your left hand on top of your left hip point and just encourage that left hip to stay down on the ground. On your exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and off of your mat. Draw your navel in and down towards the ground. And then reach your right hand forward, reach your left hand forward so both hands are inside of your right leg. Flex your palms super strong. If you need even more of a challenge here, you'll float your left leg up and off of your mat. And then take 8 small crunches here. So press the sky away from you. 8, 7, exhale 6, exhale 5, exhale 4, exhale 3. Here's 2, 1, and switch it out. Hug your left knee into your chest, extend your right leg long onto your yoga mat. And then open your left knee out to the left for your half happy baby. So you can either stay holding onto the knee or hold on to your foot. Inner arch is preferable. Good. From here, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and off of your mat. Navel draws in and down. Active flexion in that right foot, and then reach both of your hands to the inside part of your left leg. On your exhale, you can float your right heel up and off of your mat as you start to press the air away from you for 8, 7, 6. Hug that left knee into your left arm. You've got 4. Here's 3. Yes, go for it. 2 and 1. Both knees into your chest. That was awesome. Start to rock and roll up and down the length of your spine. And then eventually you're going to get enough momentum to roll over your feet and make your way into your hands and knees tabletop. So we'll take hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips, and then we'll move through a few rounds of cow and cat here. So on your inhale, arch and look up towards the sky, open your chin away from your chest. And on your exhale, round, press the ground away from you, hollow out into your angry cat. Good. A few more times like that. So inhaling, arching, and looking up towards your sky. And exhaling, rounding, pressing the ground away from you and hollowing out. Good. 2 more times like that. Inhale, arch, and look up towards your sky. And exhaling, rounding, hollowing out. Good. 1 more time. Inhale, arch, and look up. And exhale, press the ground away, hollow out, round. Come back into your flat back neutral spine. Extend your right leg behind you on the ground. Tuck your toes here and start to rock just a little bit of weight forward and back from the heel of your hand to your fingerprints. So we're warming up our calf. You'll probably feel this in your wrists and your forearms. Good. And then I'd like you to shift the weight forward here. Float your right leg up and off of your mat, and then exhale, bend your elbows into a chaturanga prep push-up. On your inhale, you'll press yourself back into your straight arms, tuck your right toes on the mat, and then exhale, lift your hips up into a down dog with your left knee bent. Good, let's try that again. So inhale, roll forward, left knee down. Exhale, bend your elbows, right leg floats up for chaturanga prep. Inhale, press yourself back up, tuck right toes on your mats, and exhale, drag your hips up for down dog with left knee bent. Good, a few more times. Inhale, rolling forward, left knee down, bend your elbows on your exhale. Inhale, press yourself back up to straight arms, tuck your right toes. Exhale, hips up, down dog with the left knee bent. Good, 2 more times. Inhale, roll forward, left knee down. Exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga prep. Inhale, press yourself back up, straight arms. Exhale, hips up, down dog. And then 1 more time. Inhale, roll yourself forward. Exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga prep. Inhale, press yourself back up. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, roll yourself forward. Tap your left knee down. And we'll find our way into modified side plank. So the left hand will stay down. We'll swivel our left toes behind us, reach our right arm up and towards the sky, and extend our right leg up as well. From here, take a big inhale, reach your right bicep by your right ear. On your exhale, pull your right knee to tap your right tricep. Good, let's do that a few more times. So inhale, reaching out nice and long through arm and leg. Exhale, tap knee to tricep. Good, 1 more time like this. Inhale, reaching out nice and long. Exhale, knee taps your tricep, hold. Bring your right hand on top of your right knee, and then gently guide your right knee and foot all the way forward to the top of your mat. Left hand will stay down, right hand will go up towards the sky. And let's keep our left knee down on the ground. So we're in a modified version of a low lunge twist. Keep hugging that right knee into your chest as you spiral your heart and gaze more up towards the sky. On your inhale, use your abdominals to rise up into a T-twisted low lunge. Good. Circle both of your arms back up towards the sky, coming into Anjaneyasana, your kneeling warrior. Take a big breath in here, and on your exhale, both of your hands will come back down to the ground. You'll tuck your back left toes, lift your back left knee off of your mat, and then crawl your hands over to the left edge of your mat, coming into wide-legged forward fold, or Prasarita Padottanasana. On your inhale, find a flat back halfway lift. On your exhale, keep your right hand down on the ground. Reach your left fingertips up towards the sky. So you're in Prasarita with a twist here. On your next exhale, thread your left arm underneath your right and hold on somewhere to the outside of your right leg. It could be your ankle, your shin, the outer part of your thigh, just definitely not your knee. Take a big breath in here and crawl your right fingertips more forward away from you. And on your exhale, bend your left elbow and pull your torso and face closer to your right leg. Good. Take one more big breath in here. On your exhale, both of your hands come down to the ground. You'll crawl back to the top of your mat and float your left foot up and off of the earth, coming into supported warrior 3. Take a big breath in here like a flat back halfway lift. Open your chin away from your chest. And then on your exhale, round your left knee into your nose and step all the way forward into your forward fold. So first one of these for practice, put a soft bend in your knees. Maybe you hold on to opposite elbows. Take a little sway side to side. Good. Release your hands back down towards the mat. Keep your knees soft. Tuck your chin into your chest and roll all the way up to standing. Head will be the very last thing to make it up to the top. Circle the arms up and overhead. Inhale for Urdhva Hastasana, high prayer. Exhale, bow all the way back down, forward fold, Uttanasana. On your inhale, come into your flat back halfway lift. Hands to your shins or your thighs. Roll your shoulders back. On your exhale, both hands down to the ground and step back to your high plank pose. From here, shift the weight forward into your fingers and into your toes. Bend your elbows, lower your belly all the way down to the ground. Keep your toes tucked on the mat, scoot your knees forward, and lift your tailbone up towards the sky so you're in a little inchworm. Tucking your chin to your chest on your inhale, start to roll first from your shoulders, then all the way up to your head into your Cobra Pose with straight arms. So we call that a Cobra roll. On your exhale, you'll lift your hips up and back, coming into your downward facing dog. Good. Lift your heels, bend your knees, bring your booty back to your heels, and then roll yourself forward into your high plank on your inhale. Exhale, bend your knees back into your crouch dog. Good. Few more times. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, crouch in your dog. One more time. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, crouch in your dog. Good. Inhale, roll yourself forward to your high plank. Exhale, knees come down to the ground. Child's pose, hips to heels. Good. Take a big breath in here and a big breath out. Roll yourself back forward to your tabletop, hands and knees. Hands will be underneath your shoulders. Knees will be underneath your hips. Inhale, arch, look up towards your sky, coming into your cow spine. And exhale, round, press the ground away from you. Back into your flat back neutral spine. Extend your left leg behind you. Tuck your toes on the ground. And then start to rock the weight a little bit forward and a little bit back. So again, we're just starting to feel our way into the back of that left leg, maybe into your forearms, maybe into your wrists, maybe into your ankle. Good. The next time the weight comes forward, keep it there. Float your left leg up and off of your mat. Exhale, bend your elbows. Lower your chest and chin down to the ground for Chaturanga prep. Inhale, press yourself back up. Exhale, tuck your left toes on the mat and then lift your hips up with right knee bent into that down dog. Let's try that again. Inhale, roll forward, right knee down. Exhale, bend your elbows. Chaturanga prep, left leg up. Inhale, press yourself back up to straight arms. Exhale, lift your hips up to down dog. 2 more times like that. So inhale, roll forward, right knee down. Exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga prep. Inhale, press yourself back up, straight arms. Exhale, tuck toes, lift hips, down dog. You got one more time. Inhale, roll yourself forward. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, press up, straight arms. Exhale, tuck toes, hips up, down dog. This time, inhale, roll back forward, tap that right knee down, right modified side plank, right hand down, right toes spin behind you, float your left arm up to the sky, and then lift your left leg up as well. Good. From here on your inhale, extend your left bicep by your left ear. On your exhale, you'll pull your left knee and your left elbow together. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, reaching out nice and long. Keep the core involved here. Exhale, tap left knee to left elbow. Good. And one more time. Inhale, reaching out. And exhale to tap holds. Take your left hand on top of your left knee and guide that entire left leg to the top of your mat. You'll step your left foot forward. We're coming into a modified version of low lunge twist. So right hand will stay on the ground, left fingertips extend up towards the sky, and you can adjust your right knee if you need to. Good. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, hug your left knee into your chest and twist your heart a little bit more towards the sky. Nice. On your inhale, use your abs to drag yourself up to that T-twisted low lunge, and then circle both of your arms up towards the sky, coming into Anjaneyasana. Nice. Take a big breath in here. On your exhale, both hands come down to the ground, and we'll crawl ourselves over towards our right for that wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. On your inhale, flat back halfway lift. Exhale, left hand will stay down, right fingertips will reach up towards the sky, so you're twisting towards the back of your mat. On your exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left. Hold on somewhere to the outside of your left leg, so it could be your ankle, your shin, the outer part of your thigh. Again, we just don't want to hold on to the actual knee joint. Good. And then crawl your left hand forward so that you can look underneath your left armpit. And I like to bend my right elbow to get my torso and face closer to my left leg. But also the bend in that elbow is going to give you a deeper stretch in the backside of your right shoulder. Take one more big breath in. On your exhale, both hands down to the mat, crawl back towards the top of your mat, and then float your right leg up for supported warrior 3. Your inhale, find a flat back halfway lift. So you want your heel and your chest to lift up, and then exhale, round your right knee into your nose and step your foot forward. Good. Soften your knees. Inhale, roll up to standing. High prayer above your head. Circle sweep the arms out and up. Inhale, maybe a tiny back bend, and exhale, forward folds. Inhale, flat back halfway lift, hands to your shins. Exhale, both hands down, step back to your high plank pose. And again, we'll try that cobra roll. So shift the weight forward, bend your elbows, belly comes down to the ground. Once you get there, keep your toes tucked and slide your knees a few inches forward, sticking your butt up into the sky, keeping chest and chin down. Tuck your chin to your chest and then super slowly rolling from your shoulders first, redevelop your spine into that cobra. On your exhale, drag your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Take a big breath in through your nose. And a big breath out. Good. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Hopper step, step, forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, bowing back down, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep the arms out and up, find high prayer above your head. And exhale, dive all the way back down, forward folds. Good. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift, prepare. Exhale, hands down, step back to your high plank here. Shift the weight forward, drop your hips as you lift your chest. You're coming into upward facing dog. On your exhale, bend your elbows for chaturanga. Inhale, press yourself up to straight arm plank. And exhale, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. You're here for one breath. Inhale through your nose. And exhale. Keep yourself empty. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Hopper step, step, forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, bowing back down. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up to the sky, find high prayer. Exhale, bow all the way back down, forward folds. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back, high plank pose. You get to choose how you move through your vinyasa. Heart will go up on your inhale, and hips will lift up on your exhale, downward facing dog. Good, 2 breaths here, inhaling through your nose. Exhaling one, nice, one more big breath in and a big breath out. Good. Keep yourself on empty. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, hop or step forward, fold top of your mat. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, bowing back down. Inhale, circle sweep the arms out and up, find high prayer, maybe take a tiny back bend at the top. Exhale, dive all the way back down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift, Ardha Utthana. Exhale, both hands down, step back, high plank pose. And again, you choose your variation of vinyasa here. Inhaling to lift the chest and exhaling, downward facing dog. Right away from down dog, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, hop or step, forward fold, top of your mat. Heel toe your feet together so that they touch. Inhale to your chair pose. Arms will sweep up as hips go low. So shift the weight back into your heels, sit your booty down a few inches lower, and pause here to listen to the story, the narrative that you've created about yourself, about the way that you encounter challenge, about how much distress you can tolerate, about how strong you are, about what you deserve. Take a big breath in, sink a little bit lower. On your inhale, rise all the way up, find high prayer above your head. Exhale, bow back down, forward folds. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, both hands down. You can step, jump, or skip your vinyasa. We're coming into downward facing dog eventually. And then ask yourself in your down dog, is the story that I've told myself for the whole of my life the one that I want to continue telling? On your inhale, right leg floats up to the sky, down dog split. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Step your right foot behind your right wrist. Strong pivot of the left heel down to the mat. Inhale, 2 arms up to the sky, finding warrior 1. Exhale, both hands come down to the ground. You step back, high plank pose. There's the option for a vinyasa here, or you can skip it. Once you make your way into downward facing dog, it's left leg up to the sky. Inhale, down dog split. Exhale, knee to your nose. Step your left foot behind your wrist. Strong pivot of the right heel down to the ground. Inhale, 2 arms reach up towards the sky. Warrior 1, maybe a tiny back bend. Exhale, both hands down to the ground. Step back, high plank pose. Good. Optional vinyasa, or again, you can skip it. No worries if you're skipping that vinyasa. Last little bit here. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, hop or step forward, fold top of your mat. Heel toe your feet together so that they touch. We're coming back into chair pose. Arms will go up and hips will go low. So we're familiar with this posture. We know the stories that come up when we sit here, when it gets uncomfortable, when it gets challenging. And now is your moment, the first time, the first opportunity that you have to say is the story that I habitually tell myself, the story that I will continue with through my life. Is there something that I want to change about it? Maybe I can change this idea that I'm not strong enough to be here. You've got one more big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. You made it. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. You can step, jump, or skip your vinyasa. Heart will go up towards the sky on the inhale, and hips will go up to the sky on the exhale. Down dog, you've got 3 breaths here. So stillness in down dog can be just as distressing, just as challenging as stillness in chair pose. Some of us find it easier to move through a bunch of postures really fast than we do to hold in stillness. Whichever one is where we encounter our distress, it's showing us something about ourselves, the way that we're used to being, the way that we're used to reacting. And the practice of the yoga, the mindfulness practice in general, the idea is to take ourselves out of reaction mode and put ourselves into a place where we can really respond to what's happening. Can I respond from a place of truth and integrity every single time? Okay, let's get flowing. Send your right leg up into the sky, coming into your down dog split. Bend your right knee, open up your hip, and start to do any movement that you need to do. Let this feel nice and gooey, nice and yummy, because the next time we come here, it's definitely going to be a little bit more structured and probably a little bit more challenging. Good. Re-extend your right leg straight to the sky. Take your inhale. On your exhale, right knee will tap your right tricep. Aim right for where your armpit is. Inhale, back up to the sky. Exhale, twist underneath you to your left tricep and hold. Extend your right leg all the way out towards the left. Spin your left heel down as you reach your left fingertips up towards the sky. We're coming into fallen triangle here. So navel will draw nice and strong. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, left hand comes back down onto the mat. Pivot your left ball of foot onto the ground and your left heel up. So we're moving into an IT band stretch here. Drop your hips low as you lift your chest up, kind of like you would in an up dog or a cobra. And then exhale, press into your palms and round. Good. 2 more times like that. Inhale, drop your hips, lift your chest. I know it's so intense. Exhale, press and round. Good. 1 more time. Inhale, that up dog sensation. Exhale, round, pause, start to slide your right ankle in front of your left so that you come into cross ankle down dog. This is a really lovely stretch for your IT bands. So see if you can start to lengthen both of your heels towards the ground as you aim your tailbone up towards the sky. Good. On your inhale, you'll roll yourself forward to high plank. On your exhale, we'll find right side plank. So right hand goes down, drop your heels over to the right. Left arm is up. Good. So a little bit confusing, but your back leg is actually your top leg. Float your left leg up, take an inhale. On your exhale, draw your left knee into your chest, and then left hand comes on top of your knee, kind of like what we did in our warm up. You'll use your hand to guide your whole left leg forward to the top of your mat, and we'll come into low lunge twist. Right hand down, left fingertips up. Good. So pausing here for a moment, I'd like you to lift your back right knee up a little bit stronger. Kick back through your right heel so you have a lot of integrity in that right leg. Hug your left knee into your chest and then pull your left hip. Yes, that's it. Back just a little bit. Take an inhale. On your exhale, circle that left hand down to the ground on the inside of your left foot and crawl yourself over to your right for Skandasana side lunge. So your version of side lunge can be low with your booty towards the ground. It can be high with your hips at knee level. What I'm really looking for is that your back right heel is flat on the floor. And then if your hips are low, you want to flex your left toes up towards the sky so you get a better inner thigh, hamstring, and calf stretch here. Go ahead, take a big breath in. Hands come to prayer at the center of your chest. Yeah, this is definitely an advanced practice. We're going for a few more advanced variations than we normally would earlier on in our practice. And then let's find an open twist. Right hand comes down to the ground. Left fingertips lift up towards the sky. So you're twisting your chest open towards the front of your mat. Good. Keep this. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Good. You'll either stay here or if your hips are pretty close to the ground, sit your booty all the way down on the floor and we'll take a side bend stretch. So your left hand will reach down to the inside of your left leg. Your right fingertips will go up and overhead, maybe holding on to your left foot. Good. So this is pretty much the fullest expression of this shape. It's super intense inner thigh and hamstring. So no worries if you're not here yet. Know that just getting your butt to touch the floor is an amazing accomplishment. On your inhale, rise back up, drive into the right heel to lift your hips off of the mat. And then on your exhale, press into that right heel, stand all the way up to flying warrior. 2 hands up and overhead, both legs straight. On your exhale, you'll open up to warrior 2, top of your mat. So left knee will bend, left toes face forward, right toes are facing sideways. Good. From here, flip your front palm, tip yourself up and back to peaceful warrior. Notice the tendency for that front left knee to straighten. See if you can keep that deep bend. And it's from the bend, the anchor point in that left leg, that you're able to get a deeper side body stretch all along the left side of your waist. Love it. Take a big breath in here. On your exhale, cartwheel your left hand down to the ground. Float your right arm and right leg up to the sky. We're in Ardha Chandrasana half moon. This will probably feel similar to that modified version of a side plank that we did earlier in practice. And then from here, we're going to do a little bit more outer glute work. So flex into your right foot and then sweep your right leg forward so that it comes in line with your hips. Basically, both of your legs are making a big L. Good. And then flexing that right foot. See if you can lift your heel up. Just 8 little pulses. 8, 7. Yes, 6. You got it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. Take a big breath in. Sit with that discomfort. On your exhale, circle your feet together. Forward fold, top of your mat. Wow, that was awesome. Super hard. I know. I feel it in my body too. Heel toe your feet together. We're coming back into chair pose. Arms will go up. Hips will go low. Shift the weight back into your heels again. Sit your booty a little bit lower. Nice. Awesome, guys. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, we're switching the standing leg. Right foot stays on the ground. Left knee hugs into your chest. And then rise up to stand here with the left knee in your chest. Good. Reach your arms up and overhead. Think hips come to your bottom rib. So we want to find a brace in the core, not just by pulling the navel in, but by really finding sort of that hollow crunch sensation in your abdominals. Good. If you can, maybe extend your left leg straight, flex your foot. Good. Nice. Awesome, guys. We're lifting it up here for 8. Left foot lifts. Good. 6, 5. Nice. 4. Breathing. 3, 2. Hold. Rebend your left knee and cross your left ankle on top of your right quad. Figure 4 chair pose. Bend into that right knee. So I love this as in the middle of the flow glute stretch. As we start to work into our more advanced asana, you'll find that this glute stretch is a total savior. Take a big breath in here. On your exhale, cross your left ankle in front of your right and come into a cross ankle forward fold. Good. So from here, this is a similar sort of IT band stretch to that down dog with crossed ankles. I'm going to offer you the opportunity to move into our first arm balance. It's cross ankle crow pose. So inhale, flat back, half right lift. Everyone can do this part. On your exhale, both hands are going to come down to the ground in front of your feet, probably like 6 to 12 inches. You want to shift the weight forward into your flat palms by lifting your heels up nice and high, bending your knees wide. And then step 1 here is just tapping your knees into your hollow armpits. So like higher than your elbow, higher than your tricep, you actually want your knees to make contact with the hollow part of your armpit. Really nice. And then maybe 1 heel lifts up, maybe 2 heels lift up, maybe no heels lift up. And you're just working, shifting weight forward as you bend your knees and get right onto the tips of your toes. Good. And then you can either step or shoot it back into chaturanga. Heart will go up towards the sky as you inhale, and hips will go up towards the sky as you exhale, downward facing dog. Love it. Let's try the other side. Inhale, left leg up to the sky, bend your knee, open up your hip, and do some lovely free-form movement here. Again, let it feel real good because the next time we're here, it will for sure not be as gentle. Re-extend the left leg to the sky on the inhale. On the exhale, left knee taps your left armpit. Again, aim for that hollow part of your armpit. Inhale, back up to the sky. Exhale, twist underneath you to your right tricep and a hold. Extend your left leg all the way through to the right. We're coming into fallen triangle. Spin your right heel down to the mat and reach your right fingertips up towards the sky. So inner thighs are hugging together, and then you want to press your hips up almost like you would in a bridge pose. So you feel glute engagement. You've got a lot of quad and hamstring engagement here. On your exhale, bring your right hand back down to the mat and pivot onto the ball of your right foot. We're moving into that IT band stretch. Super uncomfortable, I know. Drop your hips low as you lift your chest and gaze up so that we're coming into kind of like an up dog-ish shape. And then on your exhale, lift your hips up and back. Good. A few more times. So inhale, hips low, heart up. Exhale, more into a down dog. Good. One more time. Inhale, finding that up dog sensation in your chest. Exhale, lift your hips up and then pause. Slide that left ankle in front of your right, coming into cross ankle down dog. So this is an awesome IT band stretch. Finding length in the back of your knees, melting both of your heels down to the ground. And then we'll turn this into a little bit of core work. On your inhale, roll yourself into that high plank. On your inhale, roll yourself forward into that high plank. Left hand stays down, drop your heels over to the left as you extend your right arm up towards the sky. So the back leg is actually your top leg. Float your right leg up on the inhale. Exhale, draw your right knee into your chest and hold. Right hand on top of your right knee, gently guide the foot all the way to the top of the mat, and then re-extend the right arm up to the sky, coming into your low lunge twist. Again, this is a more active variation, so you want your back left knee to be high away from the mat. Hug your inner thighs together, and then there's two separate actions here happening with your right leg. Right knee comes in, but right hip pulls back. That's going to give you a little bit more of like a center of the glute IT band stretch feeling to this twist, but it's also going to make it more stable. Take a big breath in here. On your exhale, circle that right hand to the ground on the inside of your right foot. Crawl yourself over to your left. We're moving into Skandasana, side lunge with the left knee bent. So again, this side of your body could be completely different than the first side. So you're welcome here to be higher, to be lower. Just honor exactly what's going on with your hips. If your hips are close to your heel, I want you to flex your right toes up towards the sky. Good, and then we'll find that open twist. So left hand down on the ground, right fingertips reaching up. You're twisting your torso more towards the front side of your mat. Good, take a big breath in. Big breath out. You can stay or you can add on. If your butt is super close to the ground, very gently lower your booty all the way to the floor. We're taking a big side bend stretch. Your right hand will come to the inside of your right leg. Your left fingertips will reach up, 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 and over, maybe catching a hold of your right toes. Again, see if you can rotate your chest and gaze more up towards the sky. So it almost feels more like a side angle than it does a forward fold. Good. Take one more big breath in. Big breath out. Awesome job. Inhale, reach your arms back up, hands to prayer. You're going to lift your butt up off of the floor, drive into that left heel, and then inhale, flying warrior, arms up and overhead, both legs straight. Exhale, warrior two, front of the room. Right toes face forward, bend your right knee, left toes sideways, left leg straight and strong. Flip your front palm, peaceful warrior. So again, the tendency here is to straighten the right leg. I want you to bend deeper into that right knee, get deeper into the sensation. So part of the story that we may tell ourselves is that the shape is too intense. I'm not strong enough to hold myself here. That is just a story that your mind is making up because it feels like sensation is dangerous. But what we're teaching our bodies and our minds in the asana practice is that not everything that's uncomfortable is bad. In fact, uncomfortable is the place where most of our growth and development happens. On your exhale, we're going to cartwheel down into that half moon. I know she talks a lot, so don't worry about it. Just keep breathing. Right hand is down, left arm, left leg up to the sky. You got it. Nice job. And then on your exhale, I want you to start to slide that left leg forward so it's in line with your left hip. You're flexing the foot. We've got 8 little lifts of the left heel. Go. 8, 7, yes, 6. You feel that in the outer part of your glute. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it, and step your feet together, forward fold. Nice job. Okay, quick break, inhale, chair pose, arms up, hips low. So again, feeling our way inside of the intensity of the shape here. Just because something is uncomfortable doesn't mean that it's dangerous for us. And what we do in the yoga practice is learn that difference. It's a really fine line between something that is injurious and something that's just challenging for our body that we're not used to. So we develop our wisdom here, we develop our integrity, and we move from that place. Okay, we're switching which foot is the standing leg. So left foot's going to stay down. Right knee will lift up to your chest. Both arms reach up and overhead. You're in single leg standing balance. Awesome. You can stay here or you can extend your right leg forward, flex into your foot. Abs are super strong. You're lifting your right leg up for 8, for 7, for 6. Yes, keep flexing the toes. You've got it. 4, 3, 2, hold it, and cross that right ankle on top of your left thigh, figure 4 chair. Yeah, it's intense. The asana practice is no joke, especially this one. It's really strong because next round I'm going to offer you a bunch of different arm balances that you can throw into practice. Okay, here we go. Slide that right ankle in front of the left, cross ankle, forward folds. Yeah, y'all. Feel that IT band stretch. If you are in need of a little bit of a rest, a little bit of a moment to pause, to reflect, totally cool to stay here. If you want to try that cross ankle crow pose again, here it is for you. 2 hands come down on the ground about 6 inches in front of your toes. Got to get those palms flat on the mat and your arms all the way straight. So in order to do that, shift the weight forward into your tiptoes, lift your heels up nice and high, and then bend your knees wide. You need to bend your knees enough that you can get the knees right into the nooks of your armpits. That's it. Cool. From here, I want you to round your upper back. So almost like your angry cat shape. That's the shape of a crow pose. So for all my back bendy people, I'm going to let you in on a secret. This pose, crow pose, was like one of the last arm balances I got because I'm really back bendy, and crow is the antithesis of the back bend. Good. Maybe you're floating. Maybe you're stepping back 1 foot at a time. Maybe you're jumping back into your chaturanga. Heart will go up towards the sky as you inhale, and hips will go up to the sky as you exhale, downward facing dog. Y'all crushed it. All right, let's go. Send your right leg up to the sky. Come into that down dog split. On your exhale, take your right leg out to the right, making a big L with your legs, and then inhale, come back up. So it's like you're going from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Let's try it again. Exhale, right leg out to the right. Hold. Inhale, float that right leg back up. Yeah, so see if you can flex your foot this time. Exhale, right leg out to the right. Inhale, back up to down dog split. One more time. Exhale, right leg out to the right and hold. Either with your straight leg or your bent knee, your right leg / knee is going to tap your right tricep. Oh my goodness, I know that's a lot. Inhale, back up to the sky. Exhale, twist underneath you to your left tricep and hold it right there. So some of us are going to throw in an arm balance here. Some of us are going to come into this really glorious version of a fallen triangle. Extend your right leg over to the left and pause. Spin your left heel down onto the mat. Reach your left fingertips up towards the sky. Good. Start to wiggle your right foot a little bit more forward, and then take your left hand behind the back of your skull. On your inhale, big bend in your right knee. Flatten that foot onto the mat. Open your chest and gaze up towards the sky, kind of like a flip dog. Glorious moment for the back bend, for the heart opening. Yeah, there it is. And then on your exhale, left hand comes down to the mat. Slide your right ankle in front of your left ankle for cross ankle down dog. We know this. On our inhale, roll forward to your high plank pose. Keep your right hand down on the ground. Drop your heels over to the right. Left arm up. You're in that side plank with your feet staggered instead of stacked. On your inhale, you'll float your left leg up towards the sky. On your exhale, draw your knee into your chest, and then with or without the help of your hand, step your left foot forward to the top of your mat. We're coming into low lunge twist. Yes, y'all. Keep the right hand down, let the left fingertips up. That is a challenging transition, but really good for the core. Really good to help us prep for some arm balances. On your exhale, left hand comes down to the inside of your left foot. You'll crawl yourself over towards your right for your side lunge. Nice. So again, you can be high, you can be low. What I'm really looking for is that you've got your back right heel on the ground, and if you can, flex your left toes up towards the sky. Really nice. So from here, you're driving your right heel into the mat. Inhale, stand all the way up. Coming into flying warrior. On your exhale, open yourself up into your warrior 2. Your left knee is bent. Good. Nice. On your inhale, re-extend arm, re-extend leg, flying warrior. Exhale, slowly melt down into your side lunge. Yeah, we're going to do that a few more times, building some heat in the lower body. Inhale, rise up, flying. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Inhale, rise up, flying warrior. Exhale, slowly lower down, side lunge. We got one more cycle. Inhale, rising up, flying warrior. Exhale, press the arms down, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten arms arms straighten, legs flying warrior. Exhale, slowly lower yourself down into that side lunge. Yes, y'all. Inhale. On your exhale, with or without your hands, you're flying to the top of your mat for half moon. So you've got left hand on the ground in front of to the left of your left foot. Float your right leg up and flex your foot here. Good. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, circle that right foot forward so that the right heel is in line with your hip. Good. Pause for a moment here and then slowly circle your right foot down to meet your left forward fold. On your inhale, we'll come into our chair pose. Arms will go up and hips will go low. Nice. From here, switching the standing leg, your right foot's going to stay on the mat. Keep yourself in this chair pose, this small, tiny, contracted shape. Lift your left knee up to your chest and then cross your left ankle on top of your right quad. So we're coming into that figure four chair, and this time we're going to turn it into an arm balance or our flying pigeon pose. Here we go. So hands come down onto the ground. Really good. Okay. Shifting the weight forward, you can wrap your left toes around the top of your right tricep. You want to get that left shin bone way higher than you think it should be because it's going to slide down your arm. So up as close to your armpits as you possibly can. Shift the weight forward into your fingers and just experiment with maybe coming up onto the ball of your right foot, maybe lifting your heel up to your butt and tapping back down. So with any arm balance, the key here is to hug your elbows in towards your chest as opposed to letting them bow out. So compression in towards the center line of your body. Really, really nice. Awesome. Let's step our right foot down to the ground as gently as we can. Uncross your left ankle and send that leg back to the back of your mat. Good. Step to the back. Inhale, arms up, high lunge. Whew, get off those hands for just a moment here. On your exhale, circle the hands down behind the small of your back, interlace. Punch your knuckles down as you lift your chest up, lift your gaze up, and then exhale, bow your right shoulder inside of your right thigh. It's a modified version of a devotional warrior. You're giving yourself a moment to open up the chest, to stretch the elbows before we do some crazy wackadoodle things. On your inhale, reach your arms back up to the sky, coming into that high lunge. On your exhale, two hands come down to the ground, low runner's lunge. Okay, second little moment for an arm balance challenge. On the inhale, float your right leg up to the sky, come into down dog split. On your exhale, right knee taps your right tricep. Inhale, send that right leg back up to the sky. Exhale, right knee taps your right tricep. Maybe you bend your elbows. Inhale, send the right leg back up to the sky. Exhale, right knee taps your right tricep and hold. Maybe you bend your elbows. Maybe you float your left foot off of the mat. You're in Ekapada 2 with a bent knee. Yes, there it is. Good. Keep your elbows bent. Step back to chaturanga, left foot, right foot. Whoo! Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Y'all crushed that. Side 2. Here we go. Inhale, send the left leg up to the sky. Flex your foot, and on your exhale, do that 12 to 9 o'clock sweep this time. Good. Inhale, lift the leg back up to the sky. Exhale, drop your foot down to 9 o'clock. Good. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale to that 9 o'clock and hold it. Bent knee or straight leg. You're going to tap left knee to your left tricep. Inhale, back up to the sky, split dog. Exhale, twist underneath your body, either in arm balance, you got Ekapada 1, or that lovely fallen triangle shape. Kick your left leg through to the right. Spin your right heel down as you reach your right arm up. So for this variation, you've got to wiggle your left toes more forward than they are in line with your hip. Right hand behind your head and then bend into your left knee. Open your chest and gaze up towards the sky. That kind of lovely opening of the heart. On the exhale, bring your right hand back down to the mat and cross your left ankle in front of your right. Cross ankle, down dog. Inhale, roll yourself forward to high plank. Exhale, left side plank. You've got left hand down, heels to the left, right arm up to the sky. Kicking it up a notch. On your inhale, float your right leg up. Exhale, draw your knee to your chest with or without the help of your hand. Step your right foot, yes, forward to the top of your mat. That's it. Low lunge twist. You got it. Right hand up. That challenge, That transition is super challenging and y'all are crushing it. I love it. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, send the right hand down to the ground, crawl over to your left, side lunge, lower high. We are doing that series again, so if you need to, no worries. Bring your hips up around knee level. Drive into your left heel, inhale, flying warrior. Exhale, press down, warrior to your right knee bends. Good, again, inhale, reach your arms up, stretch your legs. Exhale, slowly bend the left knee, side lunge, skandasana. Good, inhale, rising up, flying. Exhale, warrior two, press the arms down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, slow lower booty to heel. Good, inhale, up, flying warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flying warrior, arms, legs straight. Exhale, super slowly down into your side lunge. One more full cycle. Inhale, rising up, flying warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Oh my goodness. Inhale, flying warrior. Exhale, slowly lower down into your side lunge. And you can use your hands here to crawl to the top, or you can just shift your weight over to that right foot and find your half moon. Right hand in front of, to the right of your right foot. Left arm, left leg, float up to the sky. Use a lot of control here. Start to sweep your left leg forward so heel comes in line with your hips, and then circle that left leg all the way down to the ground, forward fold. Inhale to your chair pose, arms up, hips low. Okay, so we're going to keep our torso and our left leg pretty much in the chair pose. Right knee comes up into your chest, then cross that ankle on top of your thigh, figure four. So flying pigeon, as the name would suggest, is really a big stretch for your glutes. So if your glutes are super tight, this arm balance probably isn't going to happen today, and you can pause anywhere along the journey into making the arm balance happen. So from here, I'd like you to take your hands down onto the ground. This might be a lot, and that's okay. You're going to pause. You're going to stay here, breathe, do your thing. Manage the distress or the challenge or the discomfort you're feeling in your body with the breath. If you're ready for a little bit more, start to take your shin bone up to where your armpits are. So super high up on your arms, shift the weight forward. So the trick here that I figured out in this arm balance is that you have to grip with your right foot a lot on your left tricep. So like active flexion, like you're trying to wrap your pinky toe around your tricep. Shifting the weight forward, there's a bend of your elbows backwards and in towards your chest, and then maybe the left heel floats off the ground, maybe it doesn't. Good. We'll lower our left foot back down as gently as we can. Unwind the right leg and send it to the back of the mat. Tuck your toes on the ground and then rise up to your high lunge. Inhale. On your exhale, circle the hands behind you. Interlace fingers near small of your back. Punch your knuckles down as you lift your chest up. Take that chest opener, that heart opener, that expansion. Big breath in. Exhale, bow your left shoulder inside of your left thigh. Really nice. Head, let's go. Jaw, let's go. Inhale, back up, high lunge. We got it. Exhale, two hands down to the ground, low runner's lunge. Inhale, float the left leg up to the sky. Come into down dog split. We're going to do this 3 times so you build some momentum. Exhale, left knee taps the left tricep. Inhale, back up to the sky. Exhale, left knee taps the left tricep. Maybe bend your elbows for a push-up. Inhale, back up to the sky. Exhale, left knee taps your left tricep for the push-up. Maybe float your right leg up and off of your mat. Either chaturanga, or if you've been working with me, we can float that left leg up into our chin stand. Oh my goodness, you'll crush that. Exhale, gently lower both legs back into your upward facing dog. And exhale, hips will go up and back, downward facing dog. Awesome job. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Good. 2 more like that. Inhale. And exhale. You got it. 1 more time here. Big breath in. And a big breath out. All right, let's go ahead and cool this down. So on your inhale, float your right leg up to the sky. Come into your down dog split. On your exhale, right knee taps your right tricep and step your foot all the way outside of your right hand. Lower your left knee down to the ground, and then you might be able to wiggle your right foot forward so that it's right outside of your fingertips. Good. And give yourself a moment here to adjust, do a little bit of rocking backward and forward in your lizard pose. So you can lower your forearms down to the ground. You can bring your forearms on top of a block. You can bow your head down. You can stay up on your straight arms. Good. So the body is really nice and warm now and ready to receive some of the softer parts of the practice. And as we start to slow things down, this is an awesome time to check in with that story that you were telling yourself about the core of who you are. Do I deserve to be strong? Do I deserve my trying, my effort, my attention and focus on improving myself? Start to crawl yourself back up to your straight arms and then heel toe your right foot across your mat. We're coming into a pigeon pose here. So I actually like to take my right heel so that it'll line right up with my left hip flexor, my left hip crease, and then bow down, and you'll see why in a moment. So we'll be spending a lot of time in pigeon pose. Even though it doesn't seem like it, a lot of the arm balances that we were working on today, Ekapada 2, which is knee to tricep, or even that flying pigeon pose, require a lot of glute strength. So it's necessary to take some time to let these big muscles that work so hard for us all day, give them a chance to soften and to release. And so the longer that we're here, the more that these stories that we habitually tell ourselves will start to creep in. Stories like, I cannot sit in stillness. Like this sensation that I'm feeling is too much for me and I have to wiggle out of it. That could be true. It could also be true that we have taught ourselves that we're not worth staying for, that we're not worth the effort, we're not worth navigating the discomfort to figure out what's on the other side. If this feels nice, you can stay right here. If you want a little bit more, you'll take your left arm, thread it underneath your right, turn your left cheek to the mat, and crawl your right fingertips forward, or maybe take a half bind, right hand to the small of your back or your left foot. This will intensify for sure the glute stretch. So every time we find our physical bodies creeping closer to what we might consider the edge of what we can tolerate, you'll notice that there's this sort of response that happens in mind and body that's like a bracing against. And this is where the importance and the integrity of the breath comes in. When we find ourselves inching into that bracing against, that protective shell that we put over ourselves that leave us unable to soften, unable to be vulnerable, can we reconnect with the breath? And let the exhales teach us that it is okay to experience this deep of an opening, this much of a release. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One more big breath in. And a big breath out. Unthread that left arm, crawl both of your hands back underneath your shoulders, tuck your left toes, and then send your right leg all the way up to the sky. Down dog split, give it a good shake, bend and stretch. Good. And then we'll settle the right foot down, left leg up to the sky, down dog split on the inhale. On the exhale, left knee, left tricep, step your foot outside of your hand. Good, and then just wiggle the left foot forward so it's actually outside of your fingertips. Lower your right knee down to the ground. We're going to be here in our lizard pose for a little while, so you can come down onto your forearms. You can keep your right knee suspended off of the mat. You can do a little rock backwards and forwards, but see if you can soften your head, neck, shoulders, and jaw. Good. So again, as we're here and we're pausing, we might start to notice that there is a lot of physical intensity happening in this shape. So even though it's not like the arm balances that we were trying, this sort of opening that we're asking our body to do is not something that's habitual for most of us. Most of us are used to like putting our armor on and fighting the world outside every single day just to like make it to the end of our moment, the end of our day. And when we place our bodies in situations like this that are asking for us to surrender, it can feel almost as shocking, almost as abrupt, almost as aggressive as somebody coming up and invading our personal space. Because what the body is trained to do is recognize when something is different from the steady state, different from how I'm used to being. Press yourself back up to your straight arms and start to heel toe your left foot across your yoga mat, coming into that half pigeon. So again, I like left heel to go right in that nook in my right hip flexor, so that I get a little bit of compression, almost like a lacrosse ball in the hip flexor, as I crawl myself down into my pigeon pose. So if it is challenging for you to be here right now in stillness, I encourage you to find your inhale and your exhale and lengthen the exhale. The emphasis on that exhale is going to take your body, your nervous system, out of what we call SNS, hyperarousal, or that fight and flight, or that fight and flight sort of response, and put you into parasympathetic nervous system response, PNS response, which is more like rest and digest. The nervous system is activated when the body gets out of the steady state, when something is different, challenging, new, uncomfortable. And all it knows is that different might mean that I'm in danger. Different might mean that my life is on the line. And what we do in the yoga practice is teach ourselves, the nervous system, our mind, our body, that just because something is different doesn't mean it's not good. And in fact, we can tolerate a lot more than we think we can. And if I decide to stay in this uncomfortable for a little bit longer, I might learn something. I might change. I might have the opportunity to rewrite the narrative that has been going on for the whole of my life. Thread your right arm underneath your left. Turn your right cheek to the mat. The deeper you go into the physical practice, the more sensation you feel in your body, the more you'll need to recruit the power, the integrity, the heartbeat of your breath. Be here for 3. Be here for 2. One more heartbeat. Crawl your hands back underneath you. Send your left leg up to the sky for down dog split. Give it any shakes, swirls, bends, stretches that you need. And then super slowly, left foot down to the ground. Roll yourself forward to your high plank pose and gently bring your bellies all the way down to the ground. Good. So once you're here, we'll take our arms out to a T. or a goalpost. If you don't have enough space, you can always put the goalpost arms, but it will be a little bit more intense of a chest opener. So I'd like you to start here looking at your right hand. Make sure your right hand is in line with your shoulder, or if you're doing bent elbow, elbow in line with your shoulder. And then turn your gaze over to your left hand. The left hand's going to come underneath your left shoulder. You'll bend at your elbow and then press into your palm and start to roll over to your right side. Good. If this feels like a lot with your legs stacked on one another, then you can stay here. If you need more, float your left leg up, bend your left knee in half, and place the sole of your foot behind your right leg. It might be true that the story I've been telling myself about who I am and what I deserve and how strong I am could use a little bit of a rewrite. I've made it this far, which means that I am quite a resilient being. That I have the strength to hold myself up. Extend your left leg back on top of your right, come back onto your belly, and then we'll do this on the other side. So left arm goes out nice and long. Just double check that your hand is in line with your shoulder. Look over at your right hand now. Keep your left ear on the mat and start to bend your left elbow, bend your right elbow, press yourself over to your left side, starting with your legs stacked. If you need more, you can float your right leg up, bend your right knee in half, and place the sole of your foot behind your left leg. See if you can pour weight into that left shoulder. Let your head relax on the floor. Soften your jaw. Gently stack your legs on top of one another. Roll back over to your belly. Bend your knees in half and windshield wiper your shin bones from right to left. Extend your legs nice and long. And then as easily as you can, roll on over to your backside. Good. Bring both of your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Awesome. We'll keep our right knee in, left leg long on the mat. Take an inhale. On your exhale, easy spinal twist. Guide your right knee across your body to your left, aiming to keep your right shoulder grounded on the mat. Notice where your thoughts start to wander when there's no task for them to do. When your mind doesn't have a job, where do your thoughts go? Gently come back to center, both knees up, and then we'll switch. Left knee stays, right leg goes long onto your mat. Take an inhale. On your exhale, twist left knee across your body, anchoring the left shoulder down onto the earth. It takes us stillness and silence to realize that there is a narrative happening behind every action, every movement, every feeling, every thought. And that narrative is what I think I'm worth, what I think I deserve. Gently come back to center, both knees into your chest. Happy baby, holding on to your feet or your knees or your ankles. Rock a little bit side to side. And then bring the soles of your feet together so that they touch. Lay the shape down on the mat. And then if it feels nice for you, you can place your hands somewhere on your body. We're coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, and this is where we'll take our final rest. Allow there to be softness in all of you. Can you let yourself be supported here? Start by separating your top teeth and your bottom teeth, your top lip and your bottom lip. Unstick the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Unfurrow your brow. The story that we tell ourselves about who we are and what we deserve and what our life is going to look like is one that we've probably been saying to ourselves for the whole of our lives, whether we realize it or not. And as we start to do a lot of this deeper work, the more challenging asana is accompanied by deeper spiritual work, so more introspection. Who am I? What do I deserve? What is my purpose? Do I believe that I am worth navigating discomfort? Do I believe that I am strong enough to support myself no matter the challenge? Do I believe that I am worth the time and the effort, the energy, the practice? And as we're here, encouraging the answers to those questions to wholeheartedly be yes. There's no rush, but when you're ready, start to find a deeper connection to your breath. Maybe a wiggle in your fingers and your toes, moving around the features of your face, rocking your head from side to side. With as much ease as possible, collect your knees into your chest, roll on over to one side, and then use your hands to press yourself up into a comfortable seat. We'll seal our time here with one deep breath together. So hands come to prayer, eyes fall shut, empty out all of the air inside of you. Big breath in through your nose, fill up your belly, fill up your heart, fill up your head. And a big breath out. Float your prayer hands up to the space in between your eyebrows. It's your third eye or the seat of your intuition. You already know. With gratitude for this practice and for each other, namaste.
Hi, yogis. Thank you so much for practicing with me. That was for sure a very challenging practice, and you did a great job with it. If you were having trouble with any of the arm balances that we offered in practice, we're coming at you with posture-specific videos that will help break down all of those different hand balances so that you can float, fly, and flow right along with us through the vinyasa practice. Thank you so much, and remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you can stay in the flow. See you next time.